Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Adam Saragoose. For those of you that do not know me, and for those that do know me, welcome back to the channel. I just want to say real quick that God can do so much in your life in just a short amount of time. And I know that it's different. Like, every single day of your life is different. Like, every single day of your life, some new challenge or some new test is going to come your way. And you have to deal with that. You have to get up and you have to do it. I just thought I should get on here right now or today, and I got a few encouraging words to us. Some may like it, some may not like it, but the truth always does hurt. I made a video on that. If you haven't watched that, you should go watch that. It's what a lot of us need, to be honest. So first, I really didn't even plan on making this video or a video at all, only because my days have been taken up by a lot of activities. Like, I've been having a lot to do. But real quick, I want to share with y'all something. And if y'all go to y'all's Bibles, James chapter 4 verse 8 says, "Come close to God, and God will come close to you. Wash your hands, you sinners, purify your hearts, for your loyalty is divided between God and the world." Did you catch that first part of that scripture? It says, "Come close to God, and God will come close to you." I'm telling you that maybe you feel so far from God because you actually are far from God. Maybe you're not hearing from God because God's not hearing from you. Maybe you feel too broken because you're not trying to fix yourself. Am I saying you have to be perfect before you go to Jesus? No. What I am saying is that God's only going to meet you halfway. So by you praying all these prayers, you reading your Bible as much as you want, by you going to church every Sunday, every Wednesday, by you going to Bible studies at school, that is not a relationship with Jesus Christ. A relationship with Jesus is you actually connecting with him. Because people that read their Bible still go to hell. People that worship Jesus on Sundays still go to hell. Only because they know his word. They know everything. They know it, but they're not growing. They're not backsliding, but they're not getting closer. And they're abusing God's grace. Don't abuse God's grace. I don't know why, and I'm kind of glad I am, but God has been just setting a fire down in my soul. I know I look cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, but when you want it, when you actually don't care literally about what anybody thinks. Last night I went to a gas station and saw a homeless man. His name was Mr. Doodle. Whose name is Mr. Doodle? And I prayed for him. But my point is, when I went and I told him about the gospel, and when I told him if there's one thing that God could do in his life, what would that be? This man just lost his son 3 weeks ago. He has nothing left. Your words might be that person's breakthrough. When you come close to God, God will come close to you. The scriptures also say, "Search and you will find. Knock and the door will be open unto you." You have to actually want it. Like, you can't just keep praying the same prayer every single night, expecting God's blessings, expecting God's grace, when you're just treating him like a toy. We can't expect this. We can't continuously do this, guys. Like, we have to be better. We have to actually partake, and we actually have to want to know Jesus Christ. We got to want to know him. Even if you might know him, religion probably taught you, church, Sunday school, your parents or friends might have taught you, but do you have that relationship with Jesus Christ? Because you're not going to get into heaven because of your friends' prayers. You're not going to get into heaven because of your mom going to church every week. You're going to get into heaven based off of what you've done in this lifetime. And this lifetime is not long. We probably have 80 years max. And I'm 16. Like, that's already wasted time. Well, I wouldn't call it wasted. It's not wasted when you allow God to use you. A lot of people say, well, if we're just going to die maybe tomorrow, what's the purpose of life? The purpose of life is to live in this joy and this peace God gave you, and to get warriors for the kingdom of heaven. To allow God to use you, to be a vessel unto God, and allow him to use you to go out into the land so he can use you, and so you can tell people about the goodness of God. So the kingdom of heaven will just boom. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'll impact. It's so scary. In Genesis, God said he rejected making humankind. So what did he do? He flooded the earth. He flooded the earth, only leaving Noah and his family. God was embarrassed. God regretted making humankind because they stopped looking at what God has done and they started looking at what the church has done. hey, I'm gonna go to church because I like the worship. I'm gonna go to church because my girlfriend's there. I'm gonna go to church because my friend's there. I'm gonna go to church because my mom makes me go to church. No, it's not even just about going to church, but we need to do these things because we love Jesus Christ. You know, the Bible also says, if you love me, obey my commandments. So if you truly love God, you will try your best to stop doing that sin. You will try your best to control yourself. In the book of James, it says, if you know what you ought to do and not do it, it's a sin. So by you knowing right from wrong, but choosing to do wrong, that's a sin. Even if it's as little as integrity on a test. You know you shouldn't cheat on that test, but you still do it. That's a sin. It's not hard. It's not hard. And when you actually love God, when you love Jesus, when you love him deeply and you actually mean it, then following him, obeying him, it's not like a chore, but it's a thing of respect. You respect your parents. You obey them because you respect them. You obey your baseball or football coach because what? You respect them. Do you respect Jesus Christ? Are you going to keep treating him like a toy? Do you love him enough to give up those things? Because right now we're allowing this sin that Jesus Christ died for, we're allowing this sin to drag us into hell. And that's crazy to say out loud, because who in their mind would say, yeah, I'm going to choose sin over Jesus? Even if you don't believe in Jesus. Think about it. If you're a Satanist, you have to believe in God, because who made the devil? Right? Exactly. God casted him out of heaven. He became Lucifer. Lucifer, Satan. Like, it connects all the time. Here's some other news. I'm about to blow your mind. Who was the only God that raised from the dead? Jesus Christ. That's what I thought. Now, I'm not dogging on anybody's religion, because I respect everybody's religion. But I'm telling you that there's only one way. That there's only one way to get that true peace, that true love. Only one person that truly loves you no matter what you have done, no matter what you're going to do. But how much do you actually love Jesus Christ? And yes, you can still have fun. You know, pick up that toilet on the side of the road. Go to that football game. Have fun. Go with your friends. You can have fun without sin. You can do so much without sin. Like, look at me. I try my best not to sin, and I still have so much fun. You don't have to curse to fit in. You don't have to drink or smoke or sleep with people to fit in. You don't have to send pictures of yourself online to fit in and be cool. You don't have to do any of that to be cool. You can do so much more with peace and a sense of, hey, I'm loved, without doing any of that. But it all comes down at the end of the day to what you want to do. Because you could watch this video, you could hear me, but are you listening to me? You could read your word, but are you practicing your word? You can go to church, but are you going to church? You could believe in Jesus, then you can believe in Jesus. You can know God, but then you know God. You know what I'm trying to say? It's not about right now. Because we may never have another now. Forget about your past right now. Like, forget about every little thing. Even if you don't know who Jesus is, if you have not accepted him into your life, I want you to forget about every little sin that you have ever committed. And I want you to live right now like sin never existed. Because look, Jesus Christ died on the cross so we can live like sin never existed. He died on the cross because he loves us and he wants us to go to heaven. He's waiting on us. So come close to God and God will come close to you. He's waiting on you. He's waiting on us. He's been there the whole time saying, come to me. Like, just come to me. I'm waiting on you. He wants you so bad. He wants you. Like, he's waiting on us. So I want to encourage you to give your life to Jesus. I want to encourage you to live like sin never existed. I want to encourage you to forget about your past. I want to encourage you to be yourself and shine. Shine in the darkness, because God's not placing you there for no reason. God's not placing you there for no reason. Remember that verse, James chapter 4, verse 8, come close to God and God will come close to you. Wash your hands, sinners. Who's a sinner? We are sinners. But like I said, because Jesus Christ died on that cross, we don't have to have that title no more. Now our title can be a child of God, a warrior of God, a follower of God. Come and disciple and fellowship with him. He loves you. He wants you. He's waiting on you. He's just waiting on you.